you guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Girl Alaska. And so I'm smiling, but I'm crying on the inside. I'm coming to you today with this PSA. Totally rocked my world when I read it this morning, and that is Nordstrom is closed. So they closed the Nordstrom in the Fifth Avenue Mall. I was devastated. If you watched one of my earlier videos, it was called My Favorite Places to Shop. And one of my favorite places to shop, I would say my top in-town places to shop, is Nordstrom in the Fifth Avenue Mall. They opened in 1975. We moved here back in 1980. And I can remember, my mom didn't shop there a whole lot, but every now and again, we would get not dressed up, but we made sure that we were looking nice, and we would go down to Nordstrom because back then is when the environment, I think, was a little bit more kind of upscale. They may have come off a little snobby at times, I think. But we would go in there, and I can just remember how professional the people looked and how they behaved, and it was just a really nice, chic environment. So I can remember that I always wanted to work there too, so I applied there quite a few times. Never got called in for an interview or anything like that, but you know what they say, man's rejection is God's protection. I was just destined to have a career in IT. But anyway, the first impactful memories I have as an adult was Nordstrom is the first place where I received a legitimate beat. So I went to this guy named Davey, and he was fabulous. He taught me the basics of makeup application, how to choose the foundation, highlighters, nude lips for women of color. And he is the one who introduced me to good quality makeup as well. So he worked at the MAC counter. And so I have been loyal to MAC ever since. And I want to say that was probably back in the, late 90s. And so, every now and then I might use like a Bobbi Brown or a NARS or something like that. But back then, our only option, and when I say our, I mean women of color, our only other option was Fashion Fair. And so anyone who's watching, if you use Fashion Fair, you remember you either came out looking orange or red like a lobster or yellow. There was no in-between foundation color. So MAC seemed to have a lot more variety. Fashion Fair may have stepped up their game now. I don't know. I don't even shop for their products. But yeah, I'm just saying that to say Davey is the one who introduced me to more of the high-end type of makeup. So another memory I have of Nordstrom is that is the first place where I received a proper bra fitting. So back in those days, you had to actually schedule an appointment to come in for a bra fitting, and there was an older woman who worked there, and I mean she was amazing, and I think a lot of women probably wear the wrong bra size, and unless you go somewhere and have yourself professionally fitted, I mean, that can make all the difference in the world. So wearing the proper bra can make you look 5 to 10 pounds lighter, and your clothes just fit a lot better. So, I mean, I just remember her. She was amazing. And she taught me how to measure myself. So that's another really great memory I have of Nordstrom downtown. And again, I remember Nordstrom being a really professional environment. Everybody just looked so fashionable, and the customer service was great. If you needed to return an item for an exchange, there was no problem. If you just wanted to have them, refund your money, there was no issues there. I just feel like Nordstrom, and I believe someone wrote a book about the Nordstrom customer service. I wish I had the name of the book. If I could find it. I have the book. If I can find the title of it, it's kind of like the Bible on customer service, in my opinion. I'll link it down in the description box. I mean, we still have a Nordstrom rack here, and it's okay. I can remember going, I think they opened maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, and it just kind of reminded me of a Burlington Coat Factory. And not that there's anything wrong with Burlington Coat Factory, but when I think of Nordstrom, the Nordstrom that I'm used to going to is just not, to me, it doesn't compare to, Nordstrom rack doesn't compare to Nordstrom. And so as far as makeup is concerned, yes, we have Ulta, yes, we have Sephora, which are, you know, great places to go and buy your makeup. But I've never sat down with one of their makeup artists and had them, you know, do a makeup look on me. So I don't know, maybe they're great. But I just know there were just so many things that Nordstrom offered, and I am really going to miss them. I really, really am. I wish that I had known ahead of time. I would have gone down, and they were pretty quiet about it. You know, there was no going out of business sale or anything like that. They went out, and when I read the article, it said business as usual. You know, so they closed down Friday the 13th, September, and no one would have been the wiser. You know, they closed their doors, and that was that. So Nordstrom has a special place in my heart, and I'm going to miss them so much. I'm curious to see what's going to fill that space, because that is a pretty large space downtown at the Fifth Avenue Mall. Hopefully it's something that's of equal quality or maybe better. And the thing is, living in Anchorage, we don't have that many options, so I'll be curious to see what they're going to put there. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share the video. And I wanted to mention, so I had scheduled a live YouTube stream for this morning. Things didn't quite work out, but I am rescheduling for tomorrow, so the 15th, and I have that scheduled for 5 p.m. Alaska time. So if you live on the East Coast, there's a 3 to 4 hour difference depending on where you live, and if you're on the West Coast, I think it's, you know, 1 or 2 hours. So if you just want to type in you know, conversion or what have you, then you should be able to know what time I'm going to have the live stream up and running. So all right, well, I hope to see you there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.